Sorry. We got 6 people watching already.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this District 9 and 10 sports broadcast of high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters, where tonight the home team Eisenhower Knights host the visiting Iroquois Braves in a District 10 Region 5 showdown. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian Hagberg for D9 and 10 Sports alongside Cody Elms, and tonight, Cody, the Knights have a chance to lock up the Region 5 title if they can get their second win of the season against Iroquois.
They do, Brian. They've had a dominant first half of their season with the adjusted schedule. They're going to play the same teams over again on the back half of their season. So this is a real opportunity, not just to lock up Region 5, but also, like I said in our last broadcast, to fine-tune their game, and playoffs are just a couple of weeks away. So this is an important game for the Knights, regardless of what the outcome might be score-wise.
Yeah, Iroquois comes in with a record of 3-1. Eisenhower is 4-0. Iroquois still in the thick of this region title race, though, Cody. If they can knock off the Knights here tonight and get a win next week, and if somehow Eisenhower were to fall to Seneca, Iroquois could come out with the region title.
Yeah, the Knights' future is really in their hands. They win tonight, and they own it. So it's extremely important for Eisenhower to come out firing on all cylinders like they did the last time these two teams met in Week 2. They won a 55-6 victory over Iroquois, but they were up 27-0 in their first quarter. And I think it's important for Eisenhower to come out with the same fire this week.
Yeah, up 27-0 at the end of the first quarter in that game, largely on the strength of some turnovers. They opened the game, as Eisenhower has done all season, with a squib kick on the kickoff. It bounced around, and the Knights were able to recover on the 5. They punched it in one play later. First pass of the game is intercepted, and all of a sudden it's 13-0 Eisenhower 3 minutes into the game. And they will certainly be looking to get off to another hot start like that again tonight. And again, Cody, we've talked about it before. This Eisenhower defense this season has just been unbelievable. In 4 games, they've given 12 points and really have gotten to players, both the quarterbacks and the ball carriers, in the backfield.
Yeah, they have, and they're dominating in all of their wins. They're dominating in every facet of the game, but the defense is what stands out because that was a point of emphasis before the season. We talked a lot about sacks during Week 1, about how the Knights only had 10 sacks all of last year. Well, we're 4 weeks in now, and they have 10.5 sacks, with Jared Beers having 3.5 himself. Almost as impactful as sacks are tackles for losses, where the Knights have racked up 45.5 tackles for loss, with Beers having 9.5 himself. Cale Black has 8 to go with his couple of sacks as well.
Yeah, Cody, that defense has been really, really something for Eisenhower. And tonight, they're going to be concentrating on the run. Iroquois comes into the game, and quarterback Ethan Klinzing has only attempted 8 passes on the year, so about 2 per game. But they have been able to run the ball. Michael Hoopsick has over 500 yards. Dante Carr, who got the Braves touchdown in that first game, and Antonio Rodriguez, both over 400 on the year.
Oh, exactly. The Knights, their defense, as we were saying, is rushing the passer very well, getting to the passer very well, but they're also doing a good job at stopping the run. And one stat that kind of stuck out to me was there are 4 guys on this team with 121 tackles. That's Benji Bauer, Gannon Jacque, Jared Beers, and Colby Hagg. 121 tackles. Those 4 guys, they're going to have such an impact in stopping the run today.
All right, well, we talked about the defense. We're going to take a quick break, talk about some offense a little bit, as you are listening to the Rehab Center pregame show here on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center, with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, There's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back into the Rehab Center pregame show here on D9 and 10sports.com. This game stream tonight is being brought to you by the computer guru of Leaper, and tonight's drive to the game has been brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center makes sure you get to the game in comfort. And we're going to take a quick break now for the national anthem. And that was the Eisenhower Knights marching band with tonight's national anthem. And, Cody, we talked about how kind of one-dimensional Iroquois offense has been. On the flip side, the Eisenhower offense has been both highly balanced and highly potent.
They have been. Quarterback Owen Trumbull is in the top 5 in both yards and touchdowns in District 10. He has 679 yards and 9 touchdowns. His top target, Dylan Benson, is also among the District 10 leaders. Benson is 4th in yards with 306 and 4th in yards per catch with 21.8. So a lot of big plays going to Benson. Among those with more than 10 receptions, tied for 7th in receptions with 14. Cale Black, the passing game, we said they're dual attack. The passing game with Trumbull and Benson. Cale Black is dominating on the ground with 44 carries and 398 yards and 8 touchdowns. And it's important to point out that a lot of these guys, because of the big leads that they've had, are not spending all 4 quarters on the field on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cody. Eisenhower's had a lot of these games wrapped up early in the third quarter, and so a lot of their backups have been able to get some valuable time. And we are just about ready for kickoff here at Eisenhower. You've been listening to the Rehab Center pregame show. And again, tonight's game stream is brought to you by the computer guru of Leaper. And we are getting ready for the kickoff here. Iroquois will receive the opening kickoff. Jake Venman set to kick for the Knights.
Venman has the ball teed up.
I'm trying to help David. I can't.
Here's the kick.
And the kick is away. Nope. A little premature start there. We got about 15 seconds before the game can officially get underway here.
I got it. Try that, Dave.
So we are going to reset and start again.
Hey, we're ready.
between the clock and the microphone. They are linked, believe it or not.
As Venman sets the ball on the tee.
It's true.
And you can't blame the Knights for wanting to get this thing underway. They got a chance to clinch a region title here
Oh,
tonight.
this is definitely a huge game for Eisenhower.
And Venman kicks it away. It is squibbed again. Bounces overhead. Is fielded at the 25 and fallen on. And Cody, that was almost exactly what happened the first time they played each other. Venman got that squib kick, and it bounced right over the guy's head and rolled all the way down. So Iroquois learning a little bit.
If I remember correctly, the few times that Eisenhower's went away from that squib kick, they've actually had less success. So on special teams, so the squib kick is something I expect to see all game, and could be just a matter of time before they get a turnover from it.
All right, so Iroquois will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. And Klinzinger is under center, and he will hand it off to...
Handoff up the middle.
Up the middle. That is... It looked like number 44. That was Michael Hoopsick. That is their leading rusher. He got a decent gain out there. Looks like he picked up about 5 out to the 31-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for Iroquois. Cleansing under center. And he will give it to the deep man again. And that looks like Dante Carr, number 11. And he gets out to the 37-yard line, so that will be a first down for Iroquois.
Up over the 35 to the 37. Looks like an extra yard for the first down.
So first down for Iroquois on their first possession of the game. Cleansing under center again.
That full house formation, they hand the ball to
And
the
hands
deep
it
man.
to the deep man again, and this time he's met by a host of Knights. And that was Carr again.
Second and
Got
10
back to
there.
the line of scrimmage, but not much more, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Iroquois.
A couple other Knights helping.
And Cody, that looked more like the Eisenhower defense we've seen all season, that stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Brian, I was starting to get a little bit worried that they sometimes when teams have dominated in the past and they have had an undefeated record, there's always a trap game, and this was primed to be one of those. So hopefully that was just a little bit, and the defense is woken up.
And, Iroquois offensively has been pretty potent in games against everybody but Eisenhower this year. Hoopsick in motion. Give us to the up man.
Give to the fullback
There's a
there.
flag on the
A
play.
few yards, but there's a flag that comes in. Let's see what the call is.
That was number 31, Antonio Rodriguez on the carry. Picked up a chunk of yards,
Call is for a hold.
but it will be coming back as there is a hold against Iroquois.
So that would either be 3rd and 4, or it looks like the Knights are going to take the penalty.
So Eisenhower's going to accept
that.
that penalty, make it a 2nd and long for Iroquois.
But from the spot of the fall,
And again, Cody, those 2nd and 3rd and long situations really play right into what Eisenhower's doing defensively.
Yeah, I fully expect them to bring a lot of pressure on this down. They've thrived when they've had 3rd and long.
Yeah, so this 2nd and looks like about 20 now from the Iroquois 27.
All right, so here we go.
Braves come out. And Cleansing gives it to Hoopsick, it looks like.
But hit by a bunch of Knights there. See number 52.
And he picks up a couple, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and looks like about
Gannon
19
Last week the
for Iroquois.
quite a bit. We know better than that. Gannon's a play.
And again, the Braves have only attempted 8 passes on the year, Cody, but this may be a situation where they need to drop back here.
Yeah, I don't know what other choice they have, because even their successful runs so far in this series have been chunks of 5-6 yards, which are good carries, but looking at 3rd and 19, that's just not going to get it done.
So 3rd and 19 now for Iroquois from their own 28, opening possession of the ball game. And Klinsing will drop back to pass. He fires. He's got a man. Looked like he had a step.
Incomplete.
And Iroquois sideline wanted a flag. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a jersey grab on that play that Eisenhower got away with.
There was a little bit of contact. It's hard to tell from up here whether it was jersey grab or just some back and forth between the defender and the receiver, but the ball was pretty well overthrown as well, so I'm not even sure he would have been able to pull it down.
Yeah, so it'll be a 4th and 19 now for Iroquois. They will come out to punt.
There's the snap.
And the kick is away. It's a short kick. And it'll get marked out of bounds at the official changing his mind there. Comes back a little ways. Comes back to the Eisenhower 46-yard line, and that's where they will take over for their first possession of the game.
Take over there at first down, or first crack on offense.
So 8:36 to go here, first quarter. No score. Eisenhower just forced an Iroquois punt. The Knights will take over first down on their own 46-yard line. Trumbull comes out in the gun. Has Cale Black to his left. Zane Alexander in motion. The give is to Black up the middle. He's got some space. And a big chunk run for Cale Black off the bat. Gets all the way down to the Iroquois 36-yard line. So already that Knights offense getting a big chunk play off the bat.
Iroquois side of the field already up to the 36.
Well, if you want to get things rolling on offense, one of the best things you can do is wear down the defense. And the best way to go about that is a strong running game. And Eisenhower certainly has that with Cale Black.
Yeah, so Owen Trumbull under center for this play. Colby Hagg, the fullback there. Cale Black, the deep man. The pitch is to Black on the left. He's got some space, and he's got another big run. Cale Black still going. Gets down right to the 20-yard line. Another first down and another big chunk run for Cale Black.
All the way down to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Eisenhower.
So 2 plays, and Eisenhower is in the red zone.
Yeah, Cale Black, 2 rushes, 34 yards already right off the bat.
Black is a big boy. He doesn't need much of a ball.
So Trumbull in the gun, has Black to his right, trips right, Trumbull rolling right, fires to Zane Alexander. He's got some space, and Alexander will score. 7:36 to go, first quarter. Owen Trumbull to Zane Alexander for 20 yards and the Eisenhower touchdown.
The Knights are up 6-0.
Venman on to attempt the point after here. I got one of the special teamers running in late for Eisenhower. Owen Trumbull to hold.
Here's Venman for the kick.
Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and good. So 7:36 to go in the first quarter, and Eisenhower leads Iroquois 7-0. You are listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D910sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
We are back here at Eisenhower High School. The Knights lead Iroquois 7-0. Venman squibs the kick. And Iroquois will fall on it at their own 32.
That ball is going to be marked at, it looks like,
or 31.
31-yard line.
And that's where the Braves will take over And Cody, that drive couldn't have gone any better for Eisenhower. It was a 3-and-out, but a 3-and-out with a touchdown.
It was a 3-and-out. It was a three-play, 54-yard drive that already put the Knights up 7-0, and that goes right back to that fast start that we talked about. They had a little bit of a slow start on defense the first couple plays, but it looks like they kicked it into high gear since then.
Okay, so Iroquois comes out 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
All right, here come the Iroquois.
Cleansing under center. Sends a man in motion. The give is up the middle. And Eisenhower right there.
52 Jaquay. We got Benji Ball backing him up there.
Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage there. So it will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Iroquois.
No gain for Iroquois. They lost a yard. In fact, that would be 2nd down and 11.
And Iroquois getting the play in from the sideline. And do apologize a little bit for taking some time to get the numbers right. The yellow on white makes it a little difficult to see up here in the press box. But it is 2nd down now for the Braves. And Cleansing drops back to pass. He's got a man down the sideline. Just overthrew it. And Cody, Iroquois doesn't pass often, but they had a man down the sideline. Looked like maybe number 8, Christian Kresiak down the sideline.
Well, it makes sense for them to try to come at Eisenhower with a little different concept than they did the first time these two teams played. Utilize their speed with the receivers, but that's 2 passes in a row that have been incomplete, and both of them have been overthrown.
And that's something, Eisenhower has. The games they've given up points, they have given up big plays, and that's something they are going to want to try to clean up here. But it is 3rd and 10 now for Iroquois. And a handoff, end around, picks up maybe a yard, and that was number 11, Dante Carr, on the carry. But it will bring up a 4th and 9 for Iroquois.
32-yard line, that's really no gain, so it's 4th and 9. Looks like another punting situation.
And so number 31, Antonio Rodriguez, back to punt. Zane Alexander, who has the Eisenhower touchdown, is back deep to receive. Rodriguez corrals a high snap and unleashes a kick down the field. Going to take a nice Iroquois bounce, rolls into the end zone.
Certainly a different punt than the last one we saw. This one going about 45 yards further.
Yeah, just a little bit different this time. Rodriguez was lucky to corral that punt. That almost went over his head. Okay, so we've got a 1st down now here for Eisenhower. They'll come out on their own 20. 5:59 to go here in the first quarter, and Eisenhower leads Iroquois 7-0. Trumbull back in the gun, has Cale Black with him to his left, trips left. Fake to Black, dumps it off to Zane Alexander, shakes free from a man and picks up, looks like about 8 yards on the pass play there.
It was an 8-yard pickup, but I'm proud of Iroquois there on that play because they didn't bite too hard on the Cale Black run. It shows that they're disciplined this time around.
Okay, so about 7-yard pickup there for Alexander. He's on the Eisenhower now 2nd and 3 on their own 27.
Knights quickly up to the line.
And Trumbull keeps it. Gets a block, and he's around the corner. Has some green in front of him. Trumbull down the sideline. One man to beat. And he stays on his feet. Almost got away. Trumbull was just tripped up enough at the 20, but he takes it all the way down to the Iroquois 11-yard line. And Cody, we've talked about it. Trumbull looks like your prototypical pocket passer, but when he gets out on the edge, he can make some men miss and get down the sideline in a hurry.
Oh, absolutely. And he's a big boy. He can break some tackles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 11. Trumbull under center. Hag the fullback. Black the deep man in the eye. The pitch is to Black around the left side, and he picks up a block, and Cale Black is into the end zone. Touchdown, Eisenhower. 4:48 to go, and Cale Black rumbles 11 yards for the score.
Very nice blocking on the outside there. And read very well by Mr.
Venman in for the extra point. Trumbull to hold.
So here's the point after attempt by Venman. There's a snap. There's
Hold
a
is good. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:48 to go here in the first quarter, Eisenhower now leads Iroquois 14-0. You are listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters here on D9and10sports.com.
Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA is your locally owned hardware store. We're proud to be a member of the True Value family, and we're here to serve our community. Whether you're a pro or taking on a DIY home improvement project for the first time, we're right here in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA. We're here to help. Come in and see us today.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And we are back here at Eisenhower High School where the Knights lead Iroquois 14-0, 4:48 to go first quarter. Brian Hagberg and Cody Elms here for D9and10sports.com. Venman with the squib kick, and Iroquois tries to fall on it but doesn't. Could they pick it up? Waiting for the signal, and it is Eisenhower football. So they come back and score, and that squib kick pays off again, Cody.
Yeah, and that's why they do it. It's just such a prime opportunity to force a turnover and not even really force it. It's hard to field that ball coming off the turf. You don't know which way it's gonna bounce, and you're just more or less trying to predict, and sometimes you get your timing wrong.
All right, so Eisenhower takes over possession here at the Iroquois 35-yard line. Owen Trumbull in the gun, Black to his right. Dylan Benson takes the pitch across, looking for some blockers. Picks up about 4, but there is a flag down on the play, so we'll see if this holds up. Benson with the 4-yard pickup, and it is a hold against Eisenhower, so that's going to come back. You know, Cody, that's something we've seen this year, too, that the Knights just are not penalized much at all.
No, they're not. They go through little spurts. You might see a quarter here and there where they'll have a couple, but over the length of a game and certainly over the season, it's not consistent.
Okay, so Eisenhower is backed up now to...
Back up. Usually a 10-yard
to the Iroquois 46-yard line now. And it'll be first and 20 there for the Knights. Benson in motion again, fakes the pitch. Trumbull dumps it off to Cale Black. He's got lots of guys in front of him. Black down the sideline. It's a race to the pylon, and Black wins it. 4:13 to go. Owen Trumbull to Cale Black for 46 yards and the Eisenhower touchdown. You know, and again, Cody, that's one of the things that makes Eisenhower so difficult to defend. You've got to defend Cale Black running the ball. You got to defend Dylan Benson running the ball or receiving the ball. And now you got to defend Cale Black catching the ball out of the backfield.
It also shows Trumbull's maturity in the quarterback position. They've worked the screen well all year. A lot of times quarterbacks want to get those big plays, but dumping it off, running screens, those can turn into big plays if you have skill players that are able to outrun the defenders, break tackles, and things like that.
Yeah, so Venman's extra point was good. Iroquois nearly got in and blocked it, but with 4:12 to play here in the first quarter, Eisenhower has a 21-0 lead over Iroquois. You're listening to District 10 football on D9and10sports.com, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Cliff Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Cliff Kennedy and Company on the web at cliffkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Cliff Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School, where the Knights lead Iroquois 21-0 in this District 10 Region 5 contest. And Venman squibs the kick. It's touched. Iroquois tries to fall on it. We'll see who has it. There is a pile. And the players are still fighting for it. And it is Iroquois ball. They do recover this time, and they'll start with great field position at their own 45.
Decent starting position for Iroquois.
Probably one of the only downfalls to doing those squib kicks is you typically end up giving the returning team good field position.
You know, and with the way this defense has been playing, though, Cody, that seems like a fair trade-off for the Knights.
Oh, I don't think they're worried about it.
So Iroquois will take over at their own 45. They trail 21-0 here with 4:07 to go in the first quarter. Cleansing under center, and the give is to Hoopsick around the right edge. Gets around the corner, picks up, looks like about 2 yards on the carry, maybe 3. Hoopsick got the edge, but then the Knights converged quickly on him.
That's team defense, swarm tackling.
And so it was a 2-yard pickup for Hoopsick on that carry. We'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Iroquois.
Just because I like to disagree with Danny so much, I'll go through. He's going to.
Braves in the huddle. And Cleansing breaks it now, comes up to the line.
We got Shane up here tonight. He says it's his call. We'll see.
And the give is to the up man. And again, met almost immediately by a swarm of Knights there.
1 yard on him. It looks like at the bottom of the pile.
And that was Antonio Rodriguez on the carry. Picks up about a yard, but it will bring up a 3rd and call it a long 6. When you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again.
He did get a couple of yards, though, so we're going to call that 3rd down and 5.
There's a big 3rd down here for Iroquois, Cody. If they can convert this one, they'll be in Eisenhower territory for the first time tonight.
Easier said than done against this defense.
And Cleansing, it is a reverse, goes to Carr, and he's carrying some Knights, still got those feet chugging, and he does pick up the first down, gets all the way down to the Eisenhower 39, and a flag comes out late.
I think the play will stand. This looks like it's something, possibly a personal foul.
It definitely looked like a little extracurricular activity there.
Pushing on the pile, I heard the referee say.
There's a personal foul against Eisenhower.
Back when I played, there was called gang tackling. Now it's called pushing on the pile. Okay.
And so that'll move the Braves up even further into Eisenhower territory.
So the ball now,
and that takes it down to the 24-yard line, where it'll be first down for Iroquois. You know, and this is a drive, Cody, where Iroquois desperately needs to get in the end zone if they're going to keep this game from getting away from them.
Yeah, like we said in the pregame, Eisenhower came out to a 27-0 lead in the last game in the first quarter. Iroquois wants to avoid that.
And first down handoff goes to Hoopsick. Still chugging. Picks up a couple. Looks like maybe a 3-yard pickup there for Hoopsick. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for Iroquois.
Got about 3 yards down to 21. That'll be 2nd and 7, Danny. Guess we agree.
And Cody, this is kind of what Iroquois needs to do also, is just really grind that ball down and make that Eisenhower defense work.
Well, yeah, it's what we were saying about Eisenhower's offense tiring out the defense. The same thing goes for Iroquois as well.
So 2nd and 7 now. And Klinzing gives it to Hoopsick, tries to get around the edge, and there is nothing going on that play. Eisenhower was quick to sniff that one out.
Someone in the backfield there, it looks to be Cale Black.
And it looks like Hoopsick will actually lose a yard on that carry.
No gain on that.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for Iroquois. And again, Cody, another position where they desperately need a conversion here.
Another tackle in the backfield for Eisenhower.
So 3rd and 8 for the Braves. They trail 21-0 with 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Klinzing back to pass. He's got a man down the sideline and again overthrows him. That was number 4, Carrion Combus, Iroquois' leading receiver. And again, Cody, Klinzing's had these guys with his step, and he's just overthrowing it.
Yeah, the routes are ran well. They've got a step on him, like you said. They could have connected on some big plays, and they just haven't yet. That's why it's important for Eisenhower to maintain this big lead early, because sooner or later they're going to get their timing down.
So it's going to be 4th and 8 here, and Iroquois going to go for it deep in Eisenhower territory. Klinzing sends Hoopsick in motion and gives it across to Carr, and he is hit and stopped by Mike Jones in the backfield. So Iroquois will turn it over on downs with 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Take over on downs. They stopped that threat nicely.
We said it was important for Iroquois to get a big conversion, and instead it's the Eisenhower defense that comes up with another big play in the backfield. So the Knights take over here. First down from their own 22-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Eisenhower leads 21-0. Trumbull in the gun. Black to his right.
Black back there with him.
And Trumbull's looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man down the sideline. It's Caleb Robinault wide open. Robinault goes all the way. 78 yards. Owen Trumbull to Caleb Robinault. And with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter, Eisenhower has that 27-0 lead again.
1 quarter, 4 touchdowns, just like that.
Cody, and that is the danger. If you go for it on 4th down, a team like Eisenhower can come out and strike quickly.
Yeah, there really aren't, with Eisenhower's offense, there really aren't any good options when you're down in their area, down in their end of the field, 4th and 8 like that.
And Venman's kick is up and no good. But with 18.3 seconds to go in the first quarter, Eisenhower leads Iroquois 27-0. You're listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D910sports.com.
Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards in Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards in Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
Have a fender bender? We can mend her at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And we are back here at Eisenhower High School. The Knights lead Iroquois 27-0. Venman squibs the kick, and it bounces. And this time Iroquois will catch it on the bounce and fall on it with 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Cody, this has almost been a replica of the way this game was played the first time these two teams met in Iroquois.
You know, and that's exactly what Coach Penley wants from his team. As we've kind of alluded to throughout our broadcast, trying to fine-tune your team and build consistency when you're going to get into playoffs and face some tougher competition, not having a drop-off in the back half of your season. And clearly Eisenhower doesn't have a drop-off.
Okay, so Iroquois will take over here at their own 28-yard line.
All right, here we go. Going to finish out the first quarter.
And the carry goes to Rodriguez, who plows his way through the line of scrimmage. Picks up about a yard on that play. But that will do it here for the first quarter at Eisenhower High School. And the Knights, with a chance to clinch the Region 5 title, have raced out to a 27-0 lead over Iroquois. The first quarter has been brought to you by Icy Inc. You're listening to high school football on D910sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D910sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D910sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
We are back here at Eisenhower High School for the start of the second quarter, brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. And that was Rodriguez on the second down carry, and he picks up more than enough for the first down for Iroquois. They're now out to their own 38-yard line. And Cody, you got to think Iroquois got to come out and try to score quickly here in this second quarter.
Absolutely. They're at risk of this game really running away from them if they don't.
Yeah, so first down now here for the Braves. And Klinzing gives it to Carr, looking for the edge, and there is absolutely no room to run for Dante Carr. Met by a host of Knights, looked like Cale Black and Gannon Jaquay there to greet him on the edge.
That's a loss of 2 on that play.
And another tackle for loss here for the Knights. It makes it a 2nd and 12 here for Iroquois as they're trying to get back into this game, trailing 27-0. Here early second quarter at Eisenhower High School. So Braves come out now, 2nd and 12 from their own 41. Handoff is given to Rodriguez, and he busts through the middle there. Gets out to the 42.
Pretty decent gain up over the 40.
We'll make it a 3rd and manageable here for Iroquois. Picked up about 6 yards on the carry.
Still got to have a good 6 yards to go on 3rd down here.
But it is a 3rd and 6. And Cody, this has been those situations where Iroquois tried to come out and throw. They've had receivers open down the field, and Klinzing's just overthrew them.
He has, and as I said earlier, it's just a matter of time before they get that timing down. So hopefully for Eisenhower, that isn't until the second half.
So it is 3rd and 6 now for Iroquois. And Klinzing pitches it. And that was number 24 on the carry, Andres Gonzalez.
There's two flags on this play. One's after the play, Brian.
Yeah, 2 flags on the play. One in the backfield, looks like maybe a hold. And then it looked like Gonzalez and the Eisenhower defender were kind of battling for the ball after the play ended and the flag came out.
the Knights want to do is...
So the officials are going to confer here, and we'll see how this all gets sorted out.
Coach Penley's got a couple
Gonzalez had nowhere near enough for the first down, but if these penalties are against Eisenhower, it could be a big break for the Braves. It is a hold against Iroquois and a personal foul, both against the Iroquois. I got to think Coach Penley's going to decline the holding, take the personal foul, back him up, and make him punt.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, these things happen, Brian. When you're talking Region 5 title and there's a lot on the line, you have a 3-1 and a 4-0 team. If one team comes out dominating, things sometimes can get a little chippy. It's not good, but it is part of the game. Hopefully the referees are going to be able to kind of contain that and it not get any worse.
Yeah, and you did see the flag came out fairly quickly as things were getting a little heated down there. So the officials doing a good job keeping this under control. So the holding penalty is declined. And they will accept the dead ball personal foul penalty. Backs Iroquois up to the 29-yard line, and that's where they will face a 4th down and presumably will come out and punt.
Play, and that's going to result in a long 4th down. Usually be about 4th and 19. So that's where we're at now. Iroquois. Yeah, that was after the play.
So it looks like some confusion there on the Iroquois sideline about what personnel package they're going to send in here.
To be about 29-yard line, 28.
And now they've got it figured out, and they do send in the punting team. Eisenhower counters with its punt return. The Knights will have Zane Alexander back deep. And it looks like number 31, Antonio Rodriguez, will be back to punt for the Braves. Just a bomb on his last kick.
Yeah, that's the only thing that Eisenhower could hope, or Iroquois could hope they could get out of this.
And this one does not go as far and takes an Eisenhower bounce, and they will take over in Iroquois territory on the Braves' 49-yard line. 9:01 to go here in the first half, and Eisenhower with a 27-0 lead.
All right, so here come the Knights again.
Yeah, so the Knights come out. Trumbull's in the gun. 2 receivers to each side. He's got Black in the backfield with him to his left. And quick toss to Dylan Benson. Shakes him in. Got a blocker in front. Benson down the sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds at the Iroquois. Looks like about the 15-yard line. And Samuel Keitlinger with the touchdown saving tackle on that play for Iroquois. But again, another big play for Eisenhower.
Another big play and another quick pass. Just get the ball in the hands of your skills guys and let them do the work.
Okay, so Trumbull looking to the sideline now, has the play. Has Black to his right. 2 receivers left. Zane Alexander, the lone man, to the right. Benson coming across. Benson gets the pitch. Following some blockers, looking to get to the sideline. There's a flag down in the backfield, and Benson takes a big hit on the sideline.
Looks like there's an Iroquois player down.
There's a hold, so this play is going to come back. The Iroquois player down on the far side there is helped to his feet by a teammate and appears to be okay.
It is unfortunate. Dylan Benson had worked his way all the way to the 2-yard line. But
and Benson was close to scoring on that play, but that holding penalty is going to bring it back.
Practice run. That's what we call it.
Okay, so the penalty moves the ball back to the Iroquois 21-yard line. It'll be a 1st and about 16 now for Eisenhower. Trumbull in the gun, Black to his left, 2 receivers left. Alexander split wide to the right. Fake to black. Trumbull looking and under trouble. Now escapes. Holds his feet. He's going down the right sideline. Makes another man miss. He's still on his feet. Still going. And Trumbull is in for the touchdown. Owen Trumbull with a 16-yard run. Eisenhower with 8:28 to go in the first half extends the lead to 33-0. Whew, Cody, what a run there by Owen Trumbull.
Yeah, there were about 5 different times I thought he was going to go down, and just one move after the next. And like you were saying, appears to look like a regular pocket passer, your typical pocket passer, but he moves like a running back on a regular basis.
And Trumbull hung in that pocket until the absolute last minute, got flushed out, and then made the most of it with the 16-yard touchdown. And looks like Eisenhower's going to keep the offense out there for the 2-point conversion. So we've got Trumbull under center, Zane Alexander the up man, black dots the I, and Trumbull looking to throw quickly, and the throw is tipped and then caught in the back of the end zone. Looked like Zane Alexander with the catch, but, you know, Cody, when it's your night, and it certainly seems to be the Knights' night.
That was a nice play on words there.
Don't ask me to do it again. But it looks like it's coming back. There was a...
We do have a touchdown. Now we will have it.
Okay, so that was the touchdown.
There it is.
And Venman's extra point is good. Okay, so to reset here, Trumbull did not get in. The tip pass to Zane Alexander was the touchdown. So it's Trumbull to Alexander for the touchdown with 8:03 to go. Venman kicks the extra point. Eisenhower leads 34-0. You're listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D9and10sports.com.
Looking for a new or used car or truck? Then look no further than Knoll Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City. Knoll's selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck brands, coupled with an assortment of used vehicles, provide customers a wide variety of buying options. They have the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. Knoll's service and parts team of highly qualified technicians is focused on providing exceptional service in a timely manner, and its body shop can't be beat. Visit Knoll's online at knowlsdodge.com. Like them on Facebook or stop by and see what they have to offer.
And we are back here at Eisenhower High School. Brian Hagberg alongside Cody Elms for D9and10sports.com. Do want to thank the Eisenhower Football Boosters for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 34-0 with 8:03 to go here in the first half. A win clinches the District 10 Region 5 title for Eisenhower. Venman to kick, squibs it down, and it is fielded cleanly and dropped
But, you know, the players made up for it.
by Michael Hoopsick there at the, looks like the 27, maybe 28-yard line of Iroquois.
Trevor Walker was the hero.
And again, you know, Cody, just to kind of reset for what happened on that last sequence, the far side official did signal touchdown on the Trumbull run. We didn't see anything that said, no, it wasn't a touchdown. So then Eisenhower came out. Trumbull, tipped pass, falls right in the breadbasket of Zane Alexander. Venman kicks the extra point, and it's 34-0 Eisenhower.
Even when the signals are wrong, things are still going Eisenhower's way.
I had that nice play on words, and it was all for naught. All for naught for the Knights.
There you go.
But Iroquois comes out, first down now. Give is to the up man, Rodriguez, and he gets maybe a yard on the carry.
Bunch of Knights in on that tackle.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 now for Iroquois, who trails 34-0 here.
Maybe a yard.
Early portion of the second quarter. You know, and after that first drive, Iroquois came out and, you know, got a first down, had some chunk run plays, and then that Knights defense has just clamped down.
Oh, yeah, they remember the last game. They remember the difference they had.
Carr tried to reverse field there and slip down, so he's going to end up losing 3 yards there. And it's going to back Eisenhower up to a 3rd and 12 And when you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again.
Now it is 3rd and 12.
And again, Cody, we've seen it a few times. These are those spots in the game where Iroquois had opportunities for the big play out of the passing game and just couldn't get that connection. We'll see if they get it here now. Oh, and it looks like maybe Eisenhower jumped off sides. No, it is a false start on Iroquois. One of the Iroquois linemen apparently drew the Knights defender off sides, so that's going to back him up another 5 yards.
All right, so that'll be 5 more. The Iroquois is going to have to go there, so now it'll be 3rd and 17.
So Iroquois looking for a big 3rd down conversion here with 6:32 to go here in the second quarter. And the give is to the up man. Looks like Husik, and he's literally lifted off his feet by a host of Knights defenders. No gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Looked like maybe Cale Black was on the bottom of that pile, lifting the man up, trying to get a takedown for 2.
Yeah, certainly some wrestling moves being applied there.
So 4th down here for the Braves. Rodriguez into punt. Zane Alexander back deep for Eisenhower. He'll put his heels back on the Eisenhower 44-yard line.
Here's the punt.
Snap is good. Punt nearly blocked, but Rodriguez does get it away. But again, it takes an Eisenhower bounce. Big Eisenhower bounce all the way down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. And for an offense that's been as hot as the Knights have been, that's certainly not the kind of field position you want to give them to start a drive.
No, they've been putting together, they've had one play, 78 yards, big plays like that all game so far. So, giving them the ball at the 37 is just a bad place for your defense to be in.
It's 5:39 to go here in the first half. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 34-0. Eisenhower takes over at the Iroquois 37. Trumbull in the gun. 2 receivers split to each side. Black to his left. And quick toss to Benson on the left side. Benson's got a blocker in front. Down the sideline, tries to spin away, but is knocked out of bounds, and we're going to get a flag on the play. Looks like they're going to hit Rodriguez for a late hit out of bounds because he finished the grab there and threw Benson down to the ground after he was out of bounds.
I think they're going to add some extra yards at the end of that play.
And it is a dead ball personal foul against Iroquois. That's a tough position if you're, Rodriguez. You're just trying to finish the play there. It just happens to be out of bounds when you let go, and it looks a little more violent than maybe it actually was.
It does, and as you mentioned before, kudos to the officials for being right on it. As soon as he was thrown to the ground, that flag was in the air.
Okay, so Eisenhower now will have first down at the Iroquois, looks like 12-yard line. Trumbull in the gun, Black to his right. Zane Alexander split right. And the give is to Black, makes a cut. And Black gets down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup for Cale Black. And that was a nice little cut in the backfield there from Cale Black. He planted his foot once and just was gone.
Yeah, it was one of the few times, though, that the Braves have been able to really stop Eisenhower for a short game.
So 2nd and 7 here now for Eisenhower. Trumbull rolling right, looking for the end zone. He's got 2 men, and it is Robenalt. End zone, touchdown, Eisenhower. That's Robenalt's 2nd of the game. This one from 9 yards out. Eisenhower with 4:52 to go here in the first half leads 40-0.
Just slides the ball out to touchdown.
And then Trumbull really had his pick there in the corner of the end zone. Benson was in front, Robenalt behind. This time he goes to Robenalt. Robenalt gets his 2nd of the game. Venman on here for the extra point. Trumbull to hold. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Very good.
41-0 now. Eisenhower leads Iroquois here. 4:52 to go, second quarter. You're listening to the Swift Kennedy & Company second quarter on D910sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D910sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And we are back in here at Eisenhower High School where the Knights, who have a chance to clinch the District 10 Region 5 title, lead Iroquois 41-0. Venman squibs it down. Ball takes a bounce. And Hoopsick falls on it at the 28-yard line. That's where Iroquois will take over. And Cody, Eisenhower well on its way to clinching this district title or this region title tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one stat that's really dominated tonight is that Trumbull is 8 for 8. He has 208 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first half already.
It's a big first half performance from Owen Trumbull here tonight. And those numbers bolstered by the 78-yard strike from Trumbull to Caleb Robenalt.
Yeah, that play didn't help, or didn't hurt.
Well, it hurt Iroquois.
It did hurt here.
So Iroquois comes out now. They take over first down from their own 28-yard line.
10 for Iroquois. Back in motion.
And the give is to Rodriguez up the middle, and he's got, looks like 4 yards there. Bring up a 2nd and 6 for Iroquois.
Easy yardage on that play. We'll give him 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
And you know, Cody, you're down 41-0. You think maybe Iroquois would try to go to the passing game a little bit more, but they're sticking with that run and trying to grind it out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what their game plan here is. They have had a little bit of success running with Rodriguez just due to his size, but you're certainly not going to come back with a big guy like that running the ball.
Carr goes in motion. And there is the pass. Had a man out of the backfield. It was Hoopsick, but Hoopsick couldn't hang on. And, looks like maybe that's why they're not going to the passing game. They've had trouble getting anything going, have yet to complete a pass.
And that's probably related to, in previous games, they really haven't had to put any emphasis on the pass. It's not something that I would say they probably regularly practice as much as they do their run game. That's their bread and butter, and to try to change that up against a defense like Eisenhower is going to be very difficult.
And like we said, Klinzing only had 8 pass attempts coming into the game. Well, has almost equaled that in the first half here tonight. And that was Hoopsick coming there up the middle. Gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, but it is not going to be enough, and Iroquois faces another 4th down. So Eisenhower sends the punt return unit on, and Rodriguez had that big punt on his 2nd attempt, but the last 2 have really taken favorable Eisenhower bounces.
Remember, on the last punt, Cale Black got in there. He got real close. This time he's not running.
Oh, and it is a fake. Rodriguez carries it, and he will have the first down. Opportune time there for a fake for Iroquois. Rodriguez takes the snap and takes off, and he gets out across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that'll keep the drive going here for Iroquois with 3:14 to go in the first half.
Very nice run for first down. Caught the Knights napping a little bit there.
And Cody, if Iroquois can score on this drive, that will help them save some time in the second half as it'll get some of that point margin down.
Sapkowski, we have your phone up here. You lost your phone.
So first down for Iroquois, and the give is to Rodriguez up the middle, and this time he goes nowhere.
It might be kind of interesting. I don't know. Oh, he's calling again.
Falls forward for a yard.
Hey, calling.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for Iroquois.
Okay, so after all that, okay, so Iroquois gained a yard. Now to 2nd and 9. We do have a phone up here. You might want to come. What kind of phone is this?
2nd and 9 now for Iroquois with 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. You know, and again, Cody, there's no sense of urgency here from the Braves to try to get this one in before the half.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're just trying to possibly run time off the clock, lessen the blow, maybe.
Cleansing back to pass, under pressure, evades a man, he's got him down the sideline, and in and out of the hands of Sean Divins. That was a touchdown waiting to happen if he just hauled that pass in.
You know, the Braves are down 41-0, but it realistically should be anywhere around 41 to 21, 17, 21, 28 range. But they've missed opportunities in the passing game where they've had surefire touchdowns.
Cleansing's overthrown men a couple of times. At that time, he put it right on the money. He was flush from the pocket, just flicked it out there. And Divins just couldn't hang on to it down the sideline. Maybe got a little too excited. He saw all that green in front of him. But nevertheless, it brings up a 3rd and 8 here for Iroquois.
All right, here we go.
And Hoopsick in motion. Fake to Rodriguez. Cleansing flushed. Was looking for Carr down the sideline.
So now it'll bring up a 4th and 9.
But it does bring up a 4th down for Iroquois.
Going for it there. They had the blitz on. On Trumbull going for the quarterback.
And that was number 30, Mike Jones, there in the backfield for Eisenhower again, who flushed Cleansing out of the pocket.
I'll tell you what, if you don't do this,
one thing that we haven't really talked about much, we've talked about it a lot in previous games, is they are still getting pressure on the quarterback when he goes to throw the ball, but he's only thrown the ball 6 times tonight.
Okay, so Rodriguez back to punt. Eisenhower in the safe formation this time, and Rodriguez does kick it away.
No one is over there.
Angles it to the sideline, and it will fall dead at the 33-yard line. That's where Eisenhower will take over. 1:28 to go here in the second quarter. You're listening to High School Football on D9and10sports.com.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
So Eisenhower takes over now, 1st and 10 from their own 33. They've got 1:28 to work with. And Trumbull gives it to the up man. It's Alexander. And he falls forward out to the 40-yard line. 7-yard pickup for Alexander there on the first down carry.
Chunky yardage. Looks like about 6 yards.
Oh, they marked him down at the 39-yard line, so 6-yard pickup for Alexander. And still Eisenhower, plenty of time left, just over a minute to go here as they get the formation settled.
As much as we've heard Alexander's name today, that's actually his first carry of the night.
So Trumbull in the gun, Black to his left. Fakes to Black, Trumbull looking to throw. He's looking for Benson deep, and he just couldn't connect. And Benson knows he had a touchdown if that pass was on the money. But Trumbull to Benson couldn't get it done that time. Brings up a 3rd and 4 for Eisenhower.
Yeah, speaking of first, that was Trumbull's first incompletion.
I think that is the
it does stop the clock with 46 seconds to go here. And Eisenhower facing a 3rd and 6. They lead Iroquois 41-0.
Trumbull under center.
And Trumbull pitches out to Black. Black's got some space. And Black runs the man down. He's still going. Cale Black still on his feet.
Right, I think it took 4 or 5 guys to bring him down there finally.
And Cale Black goes all the way down inside the 40 to the Iroquois 39-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Knights.
And that will be a timeout here for Eisenhower as they regroup. And just wanted to let you know, to ensure you have the right game plan, call Edgar, Allstate Insurance Agencies in Warren, Ridgeway, and St. Mary's. So Eisenhower takes a timeout. They lead Iroquois 41-0 here. 42.9 seconds to go in the first half. Eisenhower driving, coming off that big bruising run from Cale Black.
Yeah, I like the timeout there. Rest your players. No need to get winded. You got the lead. You're trying to put together a nice drive to close out the half. You know, Cale Black has 5 carries tonight, 75 yards on just 5 carries.
That's all right. That's not a bad night, right?
No, that's a good night.
Well, yes, he is a good night. I'm sorry, folks. I'm having a moment tonight, but we're going to come out of the timeout here.
You're a dad, Brian. It's okay. It's all forgiven.
Yeah, I got to get my dad jokes in when I can, right?
Yes.
All right, so 1st and 10 for Eisenhower. They're on the Iroquois 39-yard line. Trumbull comes out under center. He's got Alexander's out back. Black dots the I. Welker to the left. And fakes to Black. Trumbull rolling right. He's got Benson going deep, and he's overshot him again. Oh, Trumbull getting a little wide-eyed there, seeing how wide open Benson was.
They're getting a little excited. That's twice now he's overthrown him, and both times would have been scores.
But it does stop the clock without Eisenhower having to take a timeout. A 2nd and 10 now from the Iroquois 39 as they get back to the line of scrimmage. So we've got Welker to the near side. Benson split to the far side. Trumbull in the gun has Black to his left. Alexander's up. Benson comes across in motion. Fake to Benson. Trumbull back to pass, and he tries to dump it off to Alexander. Alexander was well covered on that play.
It's going to be 3rd down. Just shy of 30 seconds left.
That was number 58, Austin Allen, sniffed out that attempted screen to Alexander there.
Well, inevitably that's going to happen. Eisenhower runs that screen quite a bit.
All right.
And so it brings up a 3rd and 10 here for the Knights from the Iroquois 39-yard line. 29.6 seconds to go here. Jones and Benson to the right. Welker and Alexander to the left. Black to Trumbull's left in the backfield. Trumbull looking to pass. Still looking. He's flush now. He's looking downfield. And he's got a man. It's Benson. End zone. He's got it. Catch by Derek Benson. Oh, my goodness. Trumbull to Benson. 39 yards for the Eisenhower touchdown. You know, Cody, they overshot it a couple times. 3rd time was the charm there for Trumbull to Benson.
That was close to being overshot, but Benson wasn't letting that happen.
And Benson made a great adjustment there in the back of the end zone. Comes up with a diving catch.
Quarterback's best friend is a receiver that can pull those passes down.
So Venman on for the point after. Trumbull bobbles the snap. Looking, throws it away. So point after is no good. Looked like Trumbull had a little trouble corralling the snap in there. So the extra point is no good. But with 18.9 seconds to go here, Eisenhower leads Iroquois 47-0. You are listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D910sports.com.
Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA is your locally owned hardware store. We're proud to be a member of the True Value family, and we're here to serve our community. Whether you're a pro or taking on a DIY home improvement project for the first time, we're right here in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA. We're here to help. Come in and see us today.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. Brian Hagberg alongside Cody Elms for D910sports.com with 18.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 47-0. The Knights getting ready to kick off here. Venman has to re-tee the ball after the wind blew it down. It is a little bit breezy out here tonight, Cody. Or sorry, that's Darren Glotz now kicking off.
Darren Glotz kicks that ball.
And it is fielded by Hoopsick at the 25.
It's like a line drive right to Hoopsick. That was a nice grab by him.
Almost like a center fielder making a catch there with Hoopsick, and brings it out to the 38 yard line there. And that's where Iroquois is going to take over with 14 seconds to go in the first half. You know, and that's something else that we've seen as the season's gone on here for Eisenhower, Cody, is they get these big leads, and then Darren Glotz comes on to handle kickoff duties for Venman.
Glotz comes on. You see guys filter in throughout the second half, more in the fourth quarter. It's all about depth. Speaking to Penley after Week 1's game, he spoke highly of having good depth.
Okay, so the give is to Rodriguez up the middle. He's tackled by a host of Knights, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like that will be the end of the first half. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 47-0. Knights have a chance to clinch the District 10 Region 5 title. They are well on their way to doing so. You are listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D910sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D910sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921. Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
Summer, autumn, winter, and returning to spring again. The soloist tonight is Jesse.
We're going to let you listen in to the Eisenhower Marching Band halftime show here on D910sports.com.
As the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band performs The Seasons.
Guy did was stand the end zone on his own. Probably the line judge said no. Someone else said
When he started the clock, I knew it was I wasn't going to get points off, but
saw Zane come running outside.
Yeah.
You got that?
The one where we thought it was a touchdown and we were going for 2. Well, so did this guy over here. That's what I saw. They waved him off.
The far guy signaled it too.
I thought so too. But I saw him go out. I was like, well, it wasn't champion.
So that was the Eisenhower Knights Marching Band halftime show. You are listening into the BGM Custom Wear by Brookville Glove halftime show here on D910sports.com. We're going to take a look at some out-of-town scores here around District 10. West Middlesex leads Kennedy Catholic 14-0. Reynolds over Mercer 14-0. Both those games are in the second quarter. Sharpsville leads Greenville 10-7 at the half. Hickory is ahead 21-7 over Sharon in the second quarter. Grove City leads Slippery Rock 7-0. That game is at halftime. Cambridge Springs leads Cochranton 6-0 in the first quarter. Sagertown 6, Maplewood 2 at the half. Union City has a halftime lead of 38-0 over Seneca. General McLean leads Corey 28-0 at the half. Harbor Creek 21, Northeast 6. That game's in the second quarter. Fort LaBeouf leads Mercyhurst Prep 28-0 in the second quarter. Oil City has a 48-0 lead over Titusville in the second quarter. And Cathedral Prep leads Erie 24-14. That game is also in the second quarter. Some scores from around District 9. Red Bank Valley 6, Keystone nothing at halftime. DuBois leads Montauk 9-7 in the second quarter. Karn City has a 28-15 halftime lead over Central Clarion County. Brookville is up 28-7 over Punxsutawney in the first. Kerwinsville leads Brockway 7-0 in the first. Ridgeway 13, Bradford 7, St. Mary's 24, Kane 14. Both those games in the first quarter. Coudersport has a 14-6 lead over Otto Eldred at the half. Smethport leads Cameron County 15-0 in the first quarter. Clearfield 14, Central Martinsburg 13 in the first quarter. Bellefonte leads Huntington 28-6. Tyrone over Penns Valley 13-7. Both those games in the first quarter. Bald Eagle Area 14, Phillipsburg Osceola 6.5. And Union AC Valley and Southside Beaver are tied 0-0 in the first quarter. You've been listening to the Out of Town Scoreboard, brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy and Company. Swift Kennedy and Company, the official insurance provider for D9and10sports.com. Cody, you have some halftime stats for us here tonight.
I do, and unfortunately for Iroquois, it's pretty much all Eisenhower in the first half. Cale Black leads with rushing, 5 rushes for 75 yards and a touchdown. Owen Trumbull has 2 rushes for 81 yards. Altogether, the Knights have 165 yards. Trumbull also was 9 for 12 with 247 yards passing and 6 touchdowns in the first half. That's a total of 412 yards compared to Iroquois, who only had 56 total yards. Receiving, Dylan Benson, same old story. 3 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay, we do want to make a correction. The touchdown reset that we had to do, that was Trumbull to Trevor Welker in the back of the end zone. It looked like Alexander at first, but Trevor Welker came down with that touchdown catch.
Yeah, that was on that initial, what we thought was a 78-yard pass, I believe, that we thought was went for a touchdown. It wasn't. We thought they were running for a 2-point conversion. They weren't. It was a 2-yard pass that had to be corrected there.
Okay, so tonight's halftime stats have been brought to you by Wilcox Brothers, True Value in Sugar Grove. Again, you're listening to the BGM Custom Wear by Brookville Glove halftime show here at D9and10sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA is your locally owned hardware store. We're proud to be a member of the True Value family, and we're here to serve our community. Whether you're a pro or taking on a DIY home improvement project for the first time, we're right here in your neighborhood with the expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Wilcox Brothers True Value in Sugar Grove, PA. We're here to help. Come in and see us today. Since 1983, Computer Support & Associates in Clarion has provided the best computing services, offering technology solutions for small to medium-sized businesses and for home users. We provide computer sales and repair services, business software solutions, and IT services in Clarion and the surrounding areas. With over 30 years of serving our community, you can expect nothing but the best services from Computer Support & Associates. Find out more at computersup.com or call them at 814-226-7456. Computer Support & Associates, solutions through technology, value through experience.
Are you looking for a place to live in the Clarion area? Then take a look at GC Town Properties. At GC Town Properties, our apartments have accommodations for many people, and they are more than apartments to our diverse group of tenants. They call it their home. GC Town Properties are available at prices you can afford. Check us out online at gctownproperties.com or call us today at 814-226-8910. Don't just find an apartment, find a home with GC Town Properties. Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
Presenting KeyBank Smart Checking. Enjoy the freedom of free with an account that fits your lifestyle. The smart choice for a checking account is simple. It's the one that matches your needs and the way you want to live. That means an account with no monthly fees, so your money is your money. It means easy access to your money and digital tools that allow you to bank anytime, anywhere. And it means special tools that help you make even more financial progress, sometimes without even trying. Visit branch manager Tina Dell at 315 2nd Avenue, Warren, PA, or give her a call at 814-723-5355.
Need some pizza and wings to go with the game? Then head to the Bucket Cafe at 14 Main Street in Sugar Grove. Great food, great staff, and great prices. The Bucket now offers online ordering. Check them out on Facebook or call 814-489-5000.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to Eisenhower High School, where the Knights lead the Iroquois Braves 47-0. We're getting ready to start the third quarter here. Iroquois will kick off. Eisenhower will receive. And Cody, Eisenhower has a big lead and a great chance to clinch the Region 5 title here tonight. Iroquois squibs on it. And it looks like maybe Iroquois has it. And they do. So Iroquois taking a page out of the Eisenhower playbook with the squib kick.
Iroquois recovers the kick. Well, it's always a good feeling to use a team that's been dominating, use their own play against them, and be successful. But it's a long road ahead in the second half for the Braves. That's just the first step.
So Iroquois takes over here with first down on the Eisenhower 46-yard line. And we do have a running clock here in the second half. Looks like a little bobble on the snap there, so Iroquois is now going to get backed up into their own territory again.
Back up 5 yards and try it again. It'll be 1st and 15. So now they're back on their own half of the field.
So 1st and 15 now here for Iroquois, and as we mentioned, we will have the running clock here in the second half. Eisenhower out to a 47-0 lead. And I expect, Cody, we're going to see a lot of the depth of Eisenhower. I'm watching Garrett Jensen warming up here on the sideline already. And the handoff is to Hoopsick. Looks to get around the right edge. Gets back just shy of the original line of scrimmage here. We'll bring up a second, and looks like 12 here for Iroquois.
Looks like number 54.
Brian, there's a lot of reasons today why Eisenhower's been dominating. One of the ones that we haven't spoken about so far has been that the Braves have 45 yards in penalties. They're leading the stat that you don't want to be leading in.
Knights dig in.
It's a second down now here for Iroquois. There's a flag down.
Quickly comes in. Another motion penalty.
That'll be another penalty on Iroquois.
Actually, that's a legal procedure, is the call. So that's 5 more yards back.
Okay, so that's another penalty there on Iroquois. And that's going to take them back again. So now to make a 2nd and 16 for the Braves. And just when they start to get something good going, they shoot themselves in the foot here, Cody.
Yeah, it's happened twice in a row. They recovered the onside kick, got a false start. They had a little 5-yard pickup or 4-yard pickup, and now they have another penalty.
Yeah, so 2nd and 16 here for Iroquois. They're on their own 48-yard line. And the give is to Carr. And he gets around the right edge, and another flag comes down.
We have a flag.
So we thought we were going to have a running clock here in the second half, but these penalty flags keep flying.
Yeah, this isn't how Iroquois wants to stop the clock.
They had a pretty good gain on the play, but...
And so we'll see what the call is here. And it looks like it is against Iroquois again. The official pointed in the direction of it being against the Braves, but didn't seem to give a indication of what the penalty was. Here it comes now. It's another hold on Iroquois. So that takes them all the way back to their own 42. So now we wind the clock, so we're going to have another second down here play for the Braves. And cleansing back to pass, looking deep down the sideline and overthrows again. Didn't look like the receiver was really open on that play, Cody, so probably a good overthrow on that one.
It was. I'm almost thinking that if it would have been on point, that Eisenhower would have been able to tip it or perhaps pull it down.
Okay, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 22 for the Braves. And when you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. So 9:15 to go here, third quarter. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 47-0 in this District 10 Region 5 contest. Cleansing back to pass again. He's got a man, overthrew him. Caleb Robinall thought he might have a beat on that, but it was over his head as well. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That'll be 4th down. That ball is sitting on the 42.
And you know, Cody, as the clock winds and we get closer and closer to Eisenhower clinching this region title, looking ahead a little bit, if they can go to Seneca next week, come away with another win, based on the point system, they're probably going to have the top seed in District 10 single A. Rodriguez's punt is blocked and picked up by Eisenhower. Looks like Benji Bauer, and he takes it down to the Iroquois 27-yard line, and that's where Eisenhower will take over their first possession of the second half.
And the ball is recovered by Benji Bauer.
You know, a few times during some punts in the first half, the Knights were getting some pressure in there and were coming close to blocking it. Finally pays off here.
So it looked like it was Michael Beaver there in on the block, and I'm not sure he actually blocked it as much as Rodriguez, just kicked it right into him.
Yeah, I think he kicked it right into his chest.
So Eisenhower takes over, and it is Garrett Jensen in at quarterback.
We got Garrett Jensen in a quarterback.
And we've got Riley and Benji Bauer in the backfield.
Bauer at tailback. Here's the snap.
And the give is to Bauer. He squirts through the middle, spins around, and is down to the, looks like the 16-yard line, but that is enough for a first down for Eisenhower.
10 yards, they're going to move the chains. First down.
And Cody, we talked about this. Every game, you know, Bauer, Riley, Tucker Lindell, Garrett Jensen, they're all getting valuable varsity reps here.
And when you get into a little bit tighter competition, guys are a little bigger that you're facing, a little stronger that you're facing, your starters are going to get beat up a lot more. So that depth is going to be key in the playoffs.
Jensen fakes to Bauer, and that's Keegan Ekstrom trying to get around the edge, and he cannot get away from Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws him to the turf with authority.
Rodriguez got a hold of him there.
And Keegan Ekstrom's another one for Eisenhower. Not a big back, Cody, but has blazing speed. He's scampered for a 48-yard touchdown run earlier in the season.
Yeah, he's kind of the opposite of what you would describe Cale Black as.
So 2nd and 9 here for Eisenhower. Jensen gives to Bauer up the middle. Bauer's got some space. He's picking his way through, and he goes in for the Eisenhower touchdown. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Eisenhower pushes the lead now 53-0. And it looks like Darren Glotz will come in for the point after attempt.
Referee over there, that would have been too polite. All right, it looks like
Glotz, the lefty.
Mr. Glotz is going to attempt
Trumbull to hold.
I don't know, he's a left-footed kicker. Do we allow that? Yeah, okay, there's a
snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. Darren Glotz with the point after attempt pushes the Eisenhower lead now 54 to nothing, 6:39 to go here, third quarter. You are listening to High School Sports on D9and10sports.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
We're back here at Eisenhower High School where the Knights have just scored again to make it 54 to nothing over Iroquois. Darren Glotz kicks off. Kick is fielded, and that's number 12, Ethan Klinzing, going down. Thought about returning it for a second, then thought wiser of it and said, no, we'll take the ball right here.
I think he decided the risk wasn't worth the reward.
So Iroquois takes over now. They'll be at their own 31-yard line.
Will try their hand at it.
You know, and Cody, we talked about how important getting some of those depth players varsity reps is. You do wonder, though, as Eisenhower looks forward to the playoffs, they haven't had any of those crucial moments late in games where somebody's had to come up big and make a play. And you wonder, how are they going to react in that kind of situation?
Yeah, that would be certainly a question mark going into the playoffs. But on the flip side of that, they're able to keep those starters healthy.
Handoff.
Okay, so the give is to, looks like Hoopsick there up the middle.
Actually, who we got here on the tackle? Looks like Jared Beers.
And that was a nice gain there for Hoopsick out to the 42-yard line.
Ball advanced up to the 37-yard line.
Or excuse me, the 37-yard line.
Looks like about 4.
As the clock winds down to about 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Iroquois has a 2nd and 4 now from their own 37. And the give is to Hoopsick, looking for the right corner. Gets back, looks like to the line of scrimmage.
By Cale Black.
And no more, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
I don't think he made any progress. So that's going to...
And you do see, Cody, a lot of the starters are still in for the Eisenhower defense. They take a lot of pride in the fact that they've only given up 12 points so far this season.
Well, and it does, to go off of what you were saying about guys stepping up and whatnot. It does allow a lot of these guys that play both sides to get a full game in. So when you're talking endurance and stuff, when you get into the playoffs, these guys, they'll be more than ready.
3rd and 4 for Iroquois. Hoopsick in motion. The give is to Rodriguez, and he is met and hit.
The ball, but he doesn't make anything. I think
and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So it'll bring up a 4th down here for Iroquois.
Made that tackle. And that'll bring up 4.
And it looks like Iroquois is going to come out in punting formation. We have seen Rodriguez take off with one of these earlier in the game.
Not sure we'll see that again after that block punt.
Alexander's back deep for Eisenhower. Rodriguez looking to throw, and now he'll take off with it. Escapes, still on his feet, and then he is brought down. Cale Black came up, grabs the ankle, and Eisenhower will take over at the Iroquois 37-yard line. Well, we talked about it. He took off with it once. It looked like Rodriguez was looking to throw on that play. Couldn't find a man open, tried to run for it, and Cale Black came up and tripped him up before he could get to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, the joke's on me because I didn't think that he would do that. But, Iroquois got lucky because I think when Rodriguez hit the ground, he lost that ball for a second, but it landed right on it.
So Eisenhower takes over 1st and 10 at the Iroquois 36. Jensen gives to Riley, the fullback, and Riley spins around, stays on his feet, but could not get any more forward progress, but he does get up to the, looks like the 33, 32-yard line.
We're going to call it 2nd and 6.
So give Riley a 4-yard pickup on that. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for Eisenhower.
Looking out.
3:20 to go here in the third quarter.
32 and a half.
Can't pick a half up.
All right. I messed everything up. I said half.
Jensen under center.
Jensen.
And he fakes to Bauer and then gives it to Ekstrom. And Ekstrom loses the ball.
Ball on the turf,
but it looks like
nicely there.
Maybe Caleb Penley.
Looks like Caleb Penley
falls on the ball.
Rescue there.
And the Knights fortunate to come up with that one, and they end up getting about 2 yards on the play. Ekstrom tried to squeeze through the hole, and Iroquois defender punched it out. But it brings up a 3rd and 2 now for Eisenhower. 2:30 to go here, third quarter. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 54-0. Jensen under center. Riley at fullback. Bauer dots the I. The pitch is to Bauer. There's a flag on the play. Bauer's got enough for the first down.
But as I mentioned, we had a flag really.
But we'll see what the penalty here is.
I'm guessing we had some illegal motion.
So we got an illegal procedure here against the Knights, so that first down run for Bauer will come back.
We're going to have to do that one.
And it'll make it a 3rd and 7.
So instead of a 3rd and 2, we were going to have a 3rd and a 7.
And really, Cody, this is the only time I can remember all game that Eisenhower's faced a 3rd and mildly long here.
Yeah, this is what we would consider way back for them.
Goes so 3rd and 7 now for Eisenhower on the Iroquois 32-yard line.
It's funny how I can hear that really well, but I can't usually hear what my wife says.
Jensen under center, Riley at fullback, Bauer dots the I. And the pitch is to Bauer.
Can you get the corner?
Rodriguez trying to chase him down. He can't get him. There's a flag down as Bauer is down the sideline inside the 10. We'll see if this one holds up. And we're getting a little sloppy here in the third quarter, Cody.
Yeah, Bauer, the penalty aside, Bauer bobbled that pitch just a little bit.
And on the bobble, Rodriguez was closing on him quickly, and Bauer turned on the Jets to get away from him. But all for naught now as that comes back on a hold. So Eisenhower is going to have 3rd and exceptionally long for them.
Well, we're kind of going the wrong direction, guys.
And just a reminder, when you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again.
So we have bowling, and now we've got 3rd and 15.
Eisenhower has a 3rd and 15, looks like, from the Iroquois 41. 1:40 to go here, third quarter. And Jensen comes out in the gun, has Bauer to his left. Trips to his left.
We've got Bunk out there. We've got Kellogg out there. We've got Ekstrom over there.
Jensen back to pass, some pressure, tries to screen to Bauer. It squeezes through Bauer's hands and falls right into Mike Beavers.
That was a pass to Benji Bauer, but
Beaver gets back almost to the original line of scrimmage, but it will be 4th down for Eisenhower.
So that winds up being a short game to the 38-yard line. We're still going to be about 4th and 12.
So Eisenhower now has a 4th and 12 from the 38. We are under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Knights certainly in no hurry, leading Iroquois 54-0.
The Knights do not look like they're going to punt.
And they do keep the offense out there. We'll see if Jensen drops back again or if he hands it off. And the fake to Bauer. Jensen rolling right. Oh, he had Keegan extra. Oh, wow, was he wide open. But again, that's just that inexperience that we talked about, Cody. This is one of those moments where, Garrett Jensen maybe next time he sees that isn't going to get so wide-eyed and put the ball on the money.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I was thinking as they're going through this series here, and they had a couple of penalties and that bobbled pitch. These are the down the depth chart guys. A lot of them are younger guys, and they're still facing a 3-1 Iroquois defense, a starting defense. So you're not going to get the same production that you got out of your starters, and I think that's why Penley likes to get these guys some reps against starting defenses, so that if they have to come into the game, they're not shocked.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We head to the fourth here at Eisenhower. Eisenhower Knights leading the Iroquois Braves 54-0. You're listening to high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D910sports.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to Eisenhower High School, where the Knights lead the Iroquois Braves 54-0. We're about to start the fourth quarter. Tonight's fourth quarter is brought to you by Warren Tire Center, where it's always a great day at Warren Tire Cleansing, hands to Hoopsick, breaks free, and then is met by a host of Knights at the 40, got all the way out to the 47-yard line.
So Kill Black and Dylan
So big first down run there for Michael Hoopsick.
Decent gain there.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will be in the postgame show naming tonight's Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg.
About 7 yards on that carry, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 3 to go.
2nd and 3 here for Iroquois from their
tonight,
own
don't they,
46-yard line.
Really good.
And Cleansing gives it to Dante Carr. Carr squirts his way through, has the first down, but he fumbles, and Eisenhower has recovered.
Knights recover. Who comes up with it there? Dylan Benson, it looks like, had that ball.
Well, it looked like maybe as Carr was falling forward, somebody was able to punch the ball out, and Dylan Benson picked it up for the Knights, so they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Knights defense continuing to show up here in the second half.
Jensen back in again under center.
So Jensen
Riley
under center,
fullback,
Riley at the
Tailback.
fullback, Bowers deep man in the backfield.
Ekstrom.
And the give is to Riley up the middle, and Riley plows through one tackler and then is met by a host of Braves. But a strong run from Stephen Riley. He gets it all the way down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line of Iroquois.
Bucket of yards there.
Punishing run there from Stephen Riley. Gets a first down for Eisenhower with 10:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Jensen gives to Bauer. Bauer's got some space, and he gets away from a man. He's got him by the shirt tail, or Bauer was gone. But Bauer still gets it all the way down to the 11. Another first down for Eisenhower. And Bauer and Riley just continuing to crank out yards on the ground for the Knights.
Young Knights are on the attack.
You know, and Cody, we talked about, Eisenhower doesn't have that experience trailing late in the game where they need somebody to come up and make a big play. But what they are getting is confidence for these younger players so that if they have to come in for whatever reason, they're maybe not going to be intimidated by the moment.
There's Ekstrom in motion.
Give it to Riley up the middle, and Riley is in. Eisenhower touchdown. Stephen Riley from 11 yards out. With 9:29 to go, Eisenhower leads 60-0. Darren Glotz in for the point after.
Boy, we got that left-footed kicker in again. I don't know about this. I guess it works.
You know, Brian, going off of what you were saying there with the experience and everything, those guys came out in that first series and they had a lot of issues with penalties and stuff. And so to bounce back and
that is another fine-looking
the kick is good by Eisenhower, but to bounce back and put together a scoring drive like that shows their maturity, and it also shows the value of this depth.
So Glotz was able to sneak the ball in between a pair of Braves who had come in to try to block, but there is an Iroquois player down on the field. He is being tended to now by the coaches and trainers. So while they tend to him, we're going to take a quick break. This is high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Looking for full-service residential and commercial closing services? Then you've come to the right place when you come to Falcon Settlement in Hawthorne. At Falcon Settlement, we offer comprehensive closing services, title insurance, document preparation, title searches and reports, and judgment and lien searches. Falcon Settlement closes at your convenience with no attorney or settlement fees when closing in our office during normal business hours. Find out more at falconsettlement.com or call today at 814-365-5455. Falcon Settlement, a trusted partner in every step of the settlement process.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
We're back here at Eisenhower High School. The Knights are ready to kick off. The Iroquois player was able to get up and get off under his own power. Darren Glotz kicks that one all the way into the end zone. A strong kick there from Glotz.
Yeah, I guess if you aren't going to squib kick it, you kick it out of the back of the end zone.
So it looked like the injured player for Iroquois was Michael Hoopsick, but like we said, he was able to get up and walk off under his own power, which is always a good thing to see here.
Oh, absolutely. No matter what the score is or what's on the line, you just hate to see kids down on the ground like that.
Ball on the 20-yard line, Denny.
Okay, so Iroquois will take over. 9:27 to go here, fourth quarter. They trail 61-0. They will have a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line after Glotz's kick went all the way through the end zone.
All right. So we got a lot of fresh people in there on defense.
And Clemson gives to Carr, looking to get the edge on the left side. Picks up, looks like about 5 yards on the carry. Bring up a 2nd and 5 for Iroquois.
Looking house on the tackle there. Gain of about.
And now deep into the game, we are starting to see some of those depth players in on defense for the Knights as well. So 2nd and 5 now for Iroquois from their own 25-yard line. $8:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Clemson gives to the up man. And that was Rodriguez on the carry. Gets out to the 29, so it'll be a 3rd and 1 there for Iroquois.
Pretty decent game. Ball's advanced up to the 29-yard line.
We are under 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Very short 3rd down and 1.
Iroquois facing a 3rd and 1 from their own 29-yard line. And Cody, something I saw there was the Braves were waiting for the signal from the back judge to go up, saying there was only 5 seconds left on the play clock. So Iroquois in no hurry to get the play off.
There's a handoff. Looks like Vanetta's on him right away again.
And the give is
Mike
to
Jones
the up
on
man.
the assist, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down.
And that will be enough for the 1st down for Iroquois. Looked like Dante Carr on the carry. We are just about down to 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower leads Iroquois 61-0. Eisenhower now just 7 minutes away from a Region 5 title. And give us to Carr around the left side. He's picking his way, looking for a hole. Gets away from one man and gets down to the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Looks like right at the 40-yard line, so a solid run there for Carr. And you're seeing the Braves take advantage now of some of that substitution going on defensively for Eisenhower.
Well, like you were saying earlier, they weren't in really a hurry. That's obviously they're every time Eisenhower gets the ball outside of a couple of drives, it seems like they put points on the board. But they also, for pride reasons right now, you want to put something on the board if you can. So, and Iroquois trying to put a drive here together to leave this game with a little bit of success.
So 2nd down now for Iroquois, and the give is to. Looks like that's Hoopsick, so good to see him back in the game. Hoopsick on the carry there does have enough for the Iroquois 1st down. We are under 6 minutes to go here at Eisenhower as the Knights lead Iroquois 61-0. And again, folks, don't forget we will be naming the Jim Kelly Player of the Game powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg during the post-game show, so you want to stick with us for that. As Iroquois has a 1st down now on its own 44.
Back goes in motion.
And there's a flag down. Looks like we've got an illegal or false start there for Iroquois. And that'll back up the Braves 5 yards.
All over again, but they got to go 5 more, so 1st and 15.
And again, with the big lead for Eisenhower, the clock is running here in the fourth quarter as we approach 5 minutes to go. But it will be 1st and 15 now for Iroquois from their own 39-yard line.
In 5 minutes, we're looking at a region championship.
And Braves come out now. And Klinzing fakes. And now he's going to hold on to it. He goes around the left side. Absorbs a big hit right at midfield and then is knocked out of bounds. Looks like
over there,
right at the 50-yard line.
Gets the 1st down over across the 50-yard line.
So he picks up the penalty yardage and then some. Will bring up a 2nd and 5 for Iroquois right at midfield.
No, actually that is not yet the first one. He's got about 4 more yards to go. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Believe it or not, Brian, that's Kinzing's 1st carry of the night.
And again, Iroquois waiting for that play clock to wind down. The give is to the up man, Rodriguez, and he is met and wrapped right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that carry. We'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
And once again, Michael Vanetta, the 2 Michaels on that tackle.
We are under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower leading Iroquois 61-0. Again, you look ahead a little bit to next week for Eisenhower. If they can go into Seneca and come away with a win, that probably locks up the top seed for them in Class A in District 10, and that will give them some home field advantage in the playoffs as Carr goes around the left side, picks up the first down for Iroquois.
Does pick up the first down over there. Looks like Lookenhouse on the tackle.
And, in previous years, seeding in District 10 didn't really matter all that much. You had neutral fields. You had a lot of teams opting out of playoffs, so you had buys for lower seeds and things like that. But this year, with only 4 teams and
3 minutes left to go in the game,
the higher seeds getting home field playoff games, that top seed can really be a big boost for the Eisenhower Knights.
Hold on to its shut.
Oh yeah, every team that makes the playoff wants to play their playoff games at home.
Counting on these younger players.
2:45 to go here, fourth quarter. Iroquois has a first down inside Eisenhower territory now.
Handed off to
And
Rodriguez.
the give is to Rodriguez, and he gets across the 35, looks like down to the 34-yard line.
Vanderhook. He's got about 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7.
And we'll see, the only question left in this game, Cody, is whether or not Iroquois is going to be able to punch one in here on their final drive.
I know it means a lot to this defense. You said it earlier, but it means a lot to this defense that they've only given up 12 points, and a shutout here would just be huge for them going into their final weeks of the season.
Okay, so 2nd and 7 now for Iroquois. 2 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Eisenhower leads 61-0. And Klinzing gives to Carr off the left side. He picks his way through, spins, and gets down. It's going to be close to a first down for Carr. He might be just a little bit short on that.
Looks like Michael Beaver and Derek Childs. Derek Childs primarily got the big hit on that play.
He is just short. Going to be 3rd and 1 here for Iroquois. 90 seconds to go here, fourth quarter.
They're on the Eisenhower 28-yard line. Knights digging in there.
And the give is to Hoopsick. Looking for space on the right side. Gets around the corner. He does get down to the 20-yard line, so that will be enough for a first down.
There's a first down on that play.
And Iroquois is in the red zone now.
And Iroquois will be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
So we are under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Iroquois first down on the 20-yard line. And the give is to Carr. Carr's got some space, and he's down inside the 10 to the 5. No, not quite to the, yes, to the 5-yard line for another Iroquois first down. And Iroquois calls a timeout with 39.6 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Iroquois timeout. We're going to take one quickly with them. You're listening to High School Football on D910sports.com.
Founded in 1998, Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law, is located at 301 Market Street in Warren, in one of Warren's stately Victorian homes. Our firm takes great pride in providing legal service in a personal and caring manner. Contact us today at 814-723-5030.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
We are back here at Eisenhower High School. The Knights lead Iroquois 61-0. They are 39.6 seconds away from clinching the District 10 Region 5 championship. Iroquois knocking on the door, has a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Carr in motion. The give is to Carr. He's looking to get around the corner, and he stretches out. Does not get to the end zone. Is knocked out of bounds. Looks like at about the 2. And Iroquois takes another timeout here with 26.7 seconds to go. And Cody, you saw Iroquois just methodically march down the field. They were waiting for the play clock to wind. And now that they're knocking on the door, they're taking their timeouts to make sure that they can get in here.
Well, you go down the field like that, you're having success, regardless if it's against the depth guys or whomever. You certainly want to finish with a score. And like I said earlier, you want to leave this field with something positive to go into your next game with.
Yeah, so we're going to come out of the timeout here. 26.7 seconds to go. Iroquois has a 2nd and goal from the 1. Eisenhower trying to preserve the shutout.
All right, here we go.
And the give is to Rodriguez, tries to plow his way in, and he will not get there. The Eisenhower defense holds. 15 seconds to go, and Iroquois takes its final timeout. And to ensure you have the right game plan, call Edgar, Allstate Insurance Agencies in Warren, Ridgeway, and St. Mary's. So 15 seconds to go here. Looked like Rodriguez was trying to just plow his way in, but the Eisenhower defense came up big with the goal line stand there. We'll see if they can do it one more time.
Yeah, Rodriguez is lineman size. That's not an easy guy to stop.
Iroquois runs right up there. They're anxious to get that ball in. Been kind of a frustrating night for them.
And to Coach Jim Penley's credit, he's leaving his depth guys in on defense to give them a chance to stand up here.
Goes back to those big moments you were talking about. This is a big moment.
So we got a 3rd down now. We got whistles before the play. Looks like Eisenhower has jumped off sides, so that'll inch the ball a little bit closer to that goal line. And like you said, Cody, with a back built like Rodriguez, every inch counts.
All right, here we go.
So we're going to go 3rd and goal here for Iroquois, and Cleansing sneaks it, and he gets in for the Iroquois touchdown. 11.4 seconds to go, and the Braves are on the board.
They do get a score here, 61-6.
So they do spoil the Eisenhower shutout with 11 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. But I think all things considered, Cody, Eisenhower's going to take the win. They're going to take the region championship, and they're going to take holding their own playoff destiny in their hands.
Yeah, and giving up 18 or 19 points on the year so far is still an accomplishment.
So Iroquois lines up to go for 2 here. And Cleansing is looking to pass. He's going to roll to his left. He's got some space, and he'll go in for the 2-point conversion. So Cleansing gets the 1-yard touchdown, now has a 2-point conversion, makes it 61-8. Eisenhower leads Iroquois with 11.4 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of this contest.
All right, well.
And we do want to take a second to thank the computer guru of Leaper for tonight's game stream. When you need computer repairs or service, call the computer guru of Leaper at 814-744-7580.
The game is not over. Everyone plays until it's over. We don't stop.
So Iroquois is going to kick off here. We've got 11.4 seconds to go here in this game.
We don't know what they're going to do after that. So hang in there.
And again, we do want to take a chance to thank the Eisenhower Football Boosters for sponsoring tonight's broadcast here on D9and10sports.com.
We got Keegan back, Pete.
And Iroquois comes out for the kickoff. Looks like Rodriguez will handle the kicking duties here as well.
Back in the deep position.
Ekstrom, Jensen
and Jacobzak in the less deep position.
And Cameron Jacobzak back.
Rodriguez the kick.
And Rodriguez pooch kicks it, and Jacobzak's going to get a chance to field it, bobbles it a little, but it is corralled there by Chris Bunk, and he just falls on it. So 8.5 seconds to go. Eisenhower takes over at their own 34-yard line. And we're going to come out here and see Eisenhower assume the victory formation here, Cody.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Bunk. I was talking about leaving the field with something positive for Iroquois. Had they fumbled that, that's leaving the field with something negative when on a night when it should be all positives for Eisenhower.
That's the game.
So That is the ball game. Eisenhower comes away with a 61-8 victory over Iroquois. Eisenhower wins the game. Eisenhower is your District 10 Region 5 champion in 2020. And no sporting contest where a champion is crowned would be complete if the marching band didn't perform a little Queen here at the end. We are the champions as Eisenhower comes away with a 61-8 victory over Iroquois to clinch the 2020 District 10 Region 5 championship. Hang with us. We're going to be naming the Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. Easy for me to say. Right here on the Rehab Center post-game show. Don't go away. You're listening to High School Sports on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
And welcome in here to the Rehab Center post-game show on D9and10sports.com. We are at Eisenhower High School, where the Knights have just clinched the District 10 Region 5 championship with a 61-8 victory over Iroquois. And Cody, you have some game stats for us.
I do. Not much changed for Eisenhower since the first half, outside of adding to their total yards. The backups, the depth guys came in the second half. They did well. They put together 2 scoring drives. Eisenhower had 484 yards, just 16 shy of 500. And Cale Black, if you missed the halftime stats, I'll go over that first half where the starters were in. Cale Black had 75 yards off of 5 carries and a touchdown. Trumbull, he had 81 yards off of 2 carries. He also was 9 for 12 with 247 yards passing and 6 touchdowns, Brian.
So we'll take that segue. Tonight's stats powered by Wilcox Brothers True Value. But Cody, you gave some great numbers there. Who is our Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. The spotlight shines on the quarterback. That's Owen Trumbull.
Okay, so Owen Trumbull gets his second Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg award this season. We will be presenting him with a T-shirt after the game. You're listening to the Rehab Center post-game show here on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to the Rehab Center post-game show. We are at Eisenhower High School, where the Knights have just defeated the Iroquois Braves 61-8 to clinch the 2020 District 10 Region 5 Championship. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard now around District 10. West Middlesex leads Kennedy Catholic 26-0 in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Reynolds leading Mercer 28-0. Sharpsville defeated Greenville 24-14. Hickory leads Sharon 28-7 in the third quarter. Grove City and Slippery Rock are tied 7-7. That game is in the fourth quarter. Cambridge Springs leading Cochranton 15-0 in the fourth quarter. Sagertown has an 18-2 lead over Maplewood in the fourth quarter. Union City up big, 44-12 over Seneca. General McLean leading Corey 49-7, and Harbor Creek leading Northeast 41-6. All three of those games are in the fourth quarter. Final: Fort LaBeouf 42, Mercyhurst Prep 0. In the third quarter, Oil City 66, Titusville 0. And in the fourth quarter, Cathedral Prep leading Erie 38-14. Some scores from around District 9. Red Bank Valley 26, Keystone 0 in the fourth quarter. DuBois leading Montauk 12-10 in the fourth. Karnes City has a 35-15 lead over Central Clarion County in the third. Brookville leading Punxsutawney 49-7 in the third. Kerwinsville clinging to a 1-point lead, 14-13 over Brockway in the fourth. In the third quarter, Ridgeway 28, Bradford 14, St. Mary's 38, Kane 21. Fourth quarter scores, Coudersport 36, Otto Eldred 14, Smethport 40, Cameron County 0. This has been the Out of Town Scoreboard, brought to you tonight by Swift Kennedy & Company. Swift Kennedy & Company is the official insurance provider for D9and10sports.com. And you have been listening to the Rehab Center postgame show. We have been from Eisenhower High School. The Knights clinched the District 10 Region 5 title with a 61-8 win over Iroquois. And Cody, any final thoughts from the game tonight?
My final thoughts are going into the final weeks of the season, looking ahead to the playoffs. I think the key for Eisenhower is to just maintain consistency, maintain. You don't want to take a step back before you start playing the really important games.
All right, thank you very much, Cody. And we want to thank, again, the Eisenhower Football Boosters for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. We want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. You have been watching high school football powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters on D9and10sports.com. For Cody Elms, this is Brian Hagberg saying thanks for tuning in and have a great night, everybody.